What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Shifty and this is Shifty Gaming. Today we're going to be starting a new game of A Clash of Kings, which is a mod for Mountain Blade Warband, which is an army builder type game with a whole lot of role-playing elements inside. It's a complete conversion mod from the original Calradia with all the lords and kings and factions, and it's completely revamped to be Westeros and completely lore friendly. So let's go ahead and start our game. We're gonna have a little bit of a what's it called, a character building section where we build our character. Also, these videos for this series are going to be about 10 minutes long each because I only have enough time to record with Bandicam. Okay, so we want to be a man. I think a landless knight would be a good thing. Let's see. Any of these things sound interesting? A noble in training and a squire. You were born years ago. Your father was a landless knight. He served old Lord Went as a sworn sword, never improving his own or his family's lot in life. You started to learn about the world almost as soon as you could walk and talk. You spent your early life as a noble in training. As a boy growing out of childhood, you were trained and educated to perform the duties and wield the rights of a landed noble. The managing of taxes and rents were equally important to your education as diplomacy and even personal defense. You learned everything you needed to become a lord in your own right. Then, as a young adult, you changed as it always does. You became a squire. Through the distinction you felt sudden to you, though the distinction felt sudden to you, somewhere along the way you had become a man, and the whole world seemed to change around you. When you were named squire of one of Lord Went's knights, you practiced long hours with weapons, learning how to deal out hard knocks and how to take them too. You were instructed in your own obligations to your lord, and one of the duties to those who might one day be your vassals. But in addition to learning the knightly ideal, you also learned about the less uplifting side. Old warriors' stories of ruthless power, politics, and betrayal, and usurpations of men who used guile as well as valor to achieve their aims. But soon everything changed and you decided to strike out on your own as an adventurer. What made you take this decision was personal revenge. Only you know what caused you to give up on your old life and become an adventurer. Still, it was not a difficult choice to leave with your rage burning brightly in your heart. You want vengeance, you want justice, and that was done to you. What was done to you cannot be undone. And these debts can only be paid in blood. As a noble man, you may find that you are able to take your place among the great lords relatively quickly. Okay, so we're done with that. Realistic, obviously. We're gonna be Eridan. Yep, we're gonna be Eridan. So this is a part where you have to allocate your skills. I want to put 2 into that. I'm going to have more leadership because leadership means more people. Prisoner management, I always put at least 1 into prisoner management because if you accidentally knock somebody out in a fight, then you can ransom them out for cash. Agility and strength. I want to be a good trainer so that I can train my men to fight well. Looting and iron flesh so that I don't die as easy. And all into one-handed and two-handed weapons. Now is the character creation screen. There's one that I like. I think it's on this version. No, it's not, but this one looks good. There's not that many hairstyles and... Oh, whoa. Oh, he looks cool. I like that. Oh, yes. I am a darkness. I am the darkness. I'm not gonna fuck with anything on the side over there. Fuck that. That's just a recipe for disaster. So let's do this. I'm not gonna read that either. Or that. Basically, we get ambushed as soon as we arrive at the city that we're going to. And this is our first little taste of action. Okay, I got a sword. Where's this dude at? There he is. I'm shit with this sword. Oh. Oh, I'm so close. Ah. Don't worry, I'm not like dead or anything. I get found by somebody. You are struck down. However, before you lose consciousness, you hear shouts and a rush of footsteps. You awake to find yourself indoors, weak but alive. I'm gonna have to do a lot of reading for this series. Osbert Clerk. Ah, you're awake. It's good to see that you can still walk. You're lucky that we came along. We'd been speaking with the castle guards. We heard some sounds of a fight and ran to see what was happening. We didn't arrive in time to prevent you from getting knocked down, but we may have saved you from getting your throat cut. Now, maybe you can help me. You seem a little disoriented. I do not know where you are or where you're from, and to tell you the truth, I do not care. I'm just a simple merchant, and if I've learned anything, it's that the merchants are the first to suffer the hard times. So I'm planning to travel to another country, peaceful and rainless, I hope. I have heard that the free city's gold flows from the watery fountains. So maybe I'll go and try my fortune in Pentos or Valentis. Anyways, I advise you before I leave to do the same and seek your own fortune in these lands. War is sure to engulf the Seven Kingdoms now that the hand has been executed, and people will be nothing more than war fodder. Poverty feeds on the weak, and the strong men abuse the sword and the lance to impose their power and control over the humble ones. In order to trade, we must pay heavy taxes in each city, sort out bandits and pirates, and pray that the local lord, ignorant and lazy, do not decide to get half our merchandise to fund his next feast or buy a new horse for his son. But I am getting ahead of myself. Take my advice and go across the narrow sea until a new king has been crowned and anointed by the high septum. Law and unity will remain of virtue's feasting table. So I say, seek your destiny elsewhere. I think I'll stay. War brings opportunity, and I mean to seize my chance, make a name for myself. Oh, well, I suppose you're right at that. But remember this, war also brings maimed men and raped women, dead children and shattered hopes. Still, you have a certain look of ability to you. Take this silver and remember me. Should you ever make something of yourself. Thank you, my friend. Fair travels to you. Oh, it's tab. I forgot. I gotta press tab. Okay, so how much money do we have? We got some food. That's good. You gotta have food, otherwise your men starve to death. See if there's any cheap mercenaries available to hire. Into the tavern we go. Sellsword pikemen.